What's going on, guys? This is Maurice from Maurice and CAROLYN. Thank you so much for checking out the channel, guys. We are getting ready to take a cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and there's a few things that you need to do 2 weeks prior to taking your cruise. If you didn't know, we booked a cruise last year to go on the Carnival Mardi Gras, leaving on January 28th. We've got some amazing stops, guys. We're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're going to Grand Turks and Caicos, and also going to Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. We've never been to Amber Cove, so we're super excited about going there. But to start things off right, guys, there are 10 things that you need to do before you take your Carnival cruise, and we're getting ready to go over those right now. First thing that you should do before you take your Carnival cruise 2 weeks before is download the Carnival Hub app. Now, the Carnival Hub app is something that you're going to utilize when you're on the cruise ship in order to chat with other members of your party, as well as access to fun times, which is going to have everything from dining times to activities, and also going to have things that you can do at your port of call. This is also where you can review your bill for the things that you incurred while you're on a cruise ship, i.e. drinks that you purchase, things that cherry on top as far as the candy shops there, as well as booking your specialty dining events, or just anything that comes with a cost that's going to go against your sale and sign card. It's going to be easy for you to go there, review it, and also help you beat feet down to the payment areas to where you could go ahead and pay off your bill before the last night of your cruise. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and download the Carnival Hub app before you even get to port, so that way you're prepared. So when you start leaving the port, you can go ahead and go into airplane mode and go ahead and enjoy your vacation. Number 2 thing that you should do 2 weeks before going on your Carnival cruise is locate your passport. Now, are passports required to take a cruise? No, you could get by with a photo ID as well as your birth certificate. But I've just found it much more simpler and easier when it comes to check-in time to not bring a folder full of documents like we used to do when we cruised, and just have your passport. It just makes the process super easy. So go ahead and locate it. Definitely verify that it's not expired, because if it's expired, you can't take it. Now, you do need to bring your birth certificate as well as a picture ID in order to get on the cruise ship. The last thing that you want to do is to get on, it expire while you're on the cruise. You get off and then you get back on, or you're in one of those, countries that require your passport or to check in, and now you've expired. Especially if you have an emergency, you need to fly out, you need to have that with you. So go ahead and identify your passport. Know where it is. Go ahead and pull it out and put it in the bag you plan on taking with you. Verify the expiration date. And to add on to that, now in the world of COVID, Carnival does not require you to be or provide proof of vaccination or things of that nature, but have your COVID card, if you have one, with you, and go ahead and put it inside of your passport holder. So that's one less document that you'll need. Me being military, I always think of things as it's better to need it and not have it. The better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Number three on what to do 2 weeks before your cruise is to complete your online registration. Now, for those that are not suite guests, platinum or above, or have faster to the fund, you cannot complete your registration until it's 2 weeks prior to your cruise date. With us leaving on January 28th, we did not have a suite room, and we did not order faster to the fund because it came and went, just like any other hot topic item. So we had to wait literally until midnight on the 14th of January in order to log into the website to complete our check-in. When you complete your check-in, they're going to ask you for the card that you want to use for your sell and sign account. They're going to verify your dining option, whether you want early or late dining, how your bed configuration needs to be, whether you're going to have a king bed or 2 twin beds. And then also you're going to be able to pick your check-in time. You have everything from 10 o'clock, I believe, up until 3:30 for your check-in time. We are traveling with another party, so we opted for the earliest as possible. 10 o'clock was completely booked out, so we have 10:30. So that is something that you need to be aware of 2 weeks before you cruise, is that is going to be the time for you to complete your online check-in, as well as register your kids for Camp Carnival. So just be prepared, list any allergies, any other types of items that Camp Carnival, Circle C, or those personnel need to be aware of. Just make sure that you get that taken care of within your check-in time as well. Number 4, Number 4 thing that you need to do 2 weeks before you cruise is confirm your transportation and your housing for your cruise. With us, we're leaving a few days prior to meet up with the party that we're traveling with as well. So we're actually driving halfway where they live, which is very convenient. And then we're driving to Florida to get a hotel the night before the cruise. You want to confirm your hotel reservation. You want to confirm that they do or do not handle transportation from their location to the port. There are different options that you could take, i.e. GoPort. We have not utilized them. I haven't looked into them much, but the hotel where we're staying does accommodate us to go there, spend the night, and then they're going to transport us to the port that early that morning. And they're also going to pick us up when we come back and bring us back to the hotel, so that way we can hop in our car and then go ahead and leave to come home. So you want to go ahead and verify that there's no issues with your hotel room, that there's no issues with your flight if you have to be flying down the day before or the morning of, train if you're taking that, bus, however your transportation is. You want to make sure that you go ahead and check that 2 weeks before, so that gives you a little bit of time to react and go ahead and make sure that you can make it to the cruise that you have desperately waited for, so that way you can get everything done. Number five on that list is going to be one of the key areas, and that is to inform your bank that you're going to be traveling. A lot of times when you leave your home state, you start purchasing gas and things, going down the highway. It may not bring up a red flag, but to some banks, they'll go ahead and try to text you or alert you, hey, we see some activity on your account. We want to make sure that this is you. But if you notify them ahead of time, hey, we're going on a cruise, we're leaving from, like us, Maryland, going to Florida. So if you see any transactions for that, or maybe an ATM charge while we're on a cruise ship that you don't recognize, that is us, that's not fraudulent activity. What that does is, it builds that relationship between you and your bank, as well as for any unforeseen circumstances, if something happens and you need to make a large purchase, and it allows you to make that purchase without having any issues with your bank. I find that to be super simple. It only takes a few minutes to notify them, and I feel a lot better with them knowing the exact route that I'm taking. So if they see anything out of the norm from there, that they're able to let me know that everything is good to go. Number 6 thing that you need to do 2 weeks before your cruise is to stock up on your medication and or supplements. That includes allergy medicine for yourself and the kids. My kids have allergies, so we made sure that we had enough supply for them for the travel to the port as well as the cruise, plus a few days extra, just in case something happens at sea, we get stuck in Florida before coming back, whatever the case may be. You don't want to be stuck without having your allergy medicine and or your medication handy. If you do have medication, whether it be for anxiety, whether it be for blood pressure, whatever your health concern will be, make sure that you double the amount that you take with you. If you have the original bottle that it comes in, make sure you pack that in your carry-on bag that you take on the cruise ship. Do not leave it to chance and leave this in your checked suitcase that you leave with the porters to get on the cruise ship. I say that because things happen. Your bag may be lost. It may take your bag an extremely long time to make it to your room, i.e. like I seem to have, even when I have Faster to the Fun, I seem to get mine extremely late, which is frustrating, but that's neither here nor there. But you want to make sure you have enough of your supplements and what you need in order to, not have any health hazards or issues when you take your cruise. So make sure 2 weeks before you cruise that you have an adequate supply. Number 7, and this is an important one, and I can't stress it enough, of what you need to do before you cruise, 2 weeks before you cruise, is pay your bills.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh my goodness. Pay your bills. What I mean by that is, if you cruise at the beginning of the month, your mortgage is going to be due. If you have a car payment, water, phone bill, car payments, whatever the case would be, pay your bills 2 weeks before, or go ahead and set them up to automatically come out. The last thing you want is to go on a cruise, spend money, and then you get back and realize, oh man, I didn't make the car payment, or oh man, I definitely forgot to pay the mortgage payment. Even though they give you a grace period, guys, if you're on a steady habit of paying something that's not automatically coming out of your account, you need to make sure that you set that up prior to, or go ahead and call them and put a note on the account. Hey, I'm leaving. I may not be able to make it as far as on this time, but can I have a 4 or 5 day grace period for when I come back from my cruise? I can pay it, or just pay it early. You don't want to come back, hitting the casino, buying all those t-shirts, shot glasses, and keychains at the port, balling out of control, and then coming back, and now you're living on fumes until it comes time for you to come back and receive another paycheck. All right, so definitely take care of your bills 2 weeks before you take your cruise. Number 8, plan out your grocery and meal plan 2 weeks out. All right, go ahead and make sure that you have enough food to take you up until the day that you're departing your home, so that way you can limit the amount of waste of items that are going to be in your refrigerator. All right, you don't want to leave, milk. You don't want to leave, eggs, other different items, leftovers. You don't want any of that stuff sitting in your refrigerator while you go on vacation and you come back and have to dump a lot of those items out. You want to start fresh when you come back. When you're coming back, drop your bags off, decompress a little bit, and then go ahead and have your meal plan ready, so that way you could go to the grocery store, go ahead and pick up new groceries. That way it sets you up for success. A lot of cruises like ours, we come back on a Saturday, so by the time we come back on Sunday or get back home, we've had enough time to think of, hey, what do we want to have for that week, or at least a few days, so you can go ahead and get the necessities, for the kids' breakfast, before school, lunches, dinners, and then you could go full-blown grocery shopping later on in the week. But go ahead and plan out your groceries 2 weeks out, so that way you're leaving without a total mess in your refrigerator. Number 9, something that is key is to check with your cell phone provider. For us, I know that Puerto Rico, we have Verizon. We should be able to use our phones with no problem in Puerto Rico. But when it comes to Grand Turk and Amber Cove, maybe not so much. But definitely go ahead and call your provider. See if there's any additional charges for you to use your phone, or if you have the international plans where you can use them at those ports, that you don't have any issues. This is going to be key. So if you're recording on your phone, like I have with an iPhone and iPhone storage, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, a lot of recording, a lot of pictures. So I would love to have those items go ahead into the cloud when I hit Puerto Rico, come off of airplane mode, start having service, so that stuff goes ahead and gets uploaded. So that way it kind of frees up space on my phone until I get to the next port, or until I download those items when I come back. So go ahead and reach out to your cell phone provider, whether it's AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, whoever, and just let them know, hey, I'm traveling to these countries, what's covered in my plan. But just so you guys know, don't leave your phone on normal service. Put it on airplane mode, because if you get hit with roaming charges, there's nothing saying that you can't, they're gonna credit you back for any roaming charges that you get. Nah. And number 10, one of the key things you need to do two weeks before you cruise is start packing. You don't have to be full-blown packed, ready to go, ready to put your suitcase in the trunk, but you need to start packing. And what I mean is, locate your suitcase, plan out how many pairs of shorts, shirts, tank tops, bathing suits, shoes, elegant nightwear, all those different items. That's going to be in another video, but you need to plan accordingly on how you start packing. Why is that? Because if you need to go out and get something because those, basketball shorts don't fit anymore, oh man, I wore these bathing suits last time, but I want to get new bathing suits. It gives you time to react and spend wisely, so you're not having a whole bunch of impulse buying. Also allows you to get in Amazon, like a ton of people do, find items that you need to have as far as when it comes to Amazon Prime, and go ahead and order those bad boys and get sent, whether it be water shoes, whether it is door decorations for your room, or if it's battery chargers, so that when you go to port, you have something to continuously have your different electronic devices charged up. Go ahead and start packing, so that way you can start enjoying and not stress. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm Maurice. I definitely appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to have a ton of travel vlogs on here, guys, a ton of cruising and just day-to-day life. So definitely hope that you subscribe, like this video, leave it a comment down below if you're taking a cruise, or if you've began these things for your cruise. Definitely leave a comment below. And if you're on the Mardi Gras on January 28th, definitely comment below. We'd love to connect with you guys, meet you on the cruise ship, share some ideas, and have some overall fun. So with that being said, thank you very much. You guys take care. Peace.